Hello, welcome. In today's video we're going to talk about why I think perhaps Leica has lost its way. If we look at cameras that Leica used to make, they used to be roughly this size with super compact lenses. Pocket sized camera, ideal for us carrying around so we can take more photos. Next came cameras roughly a bit this size. This is obviously Leica M cameras and the lens has got a bit bigger. And then in 2024 we have cameras this size with lenses bigger than this. This is the biggest one I could find. So as you can see, over the years, the size has got bigger, bigger, bigger. Luckily, all is not lost. There are still small lenses we can get. Let's get into the video. Hey guys, Matt here from MrLeica.com. So yeah, if you saw my recent video on the new Lumix S9 camera, I talked about the fact that it's quite exciting that Lumix have made a camera which is basically what I think of as almost the Leica CL Mark II. Now, a second point to that video that some of you guys pointed out is there's no point us having small compact cameras if the lenses are going to be this big to go on the camera. This is no longer a small camera. And this is going to be exactly the same if Leica make a Leica version of the Lumix S9, or if Lumix make a better version and make a Lumix S9 II with the features that we need. It's still not going to be compact unless they start making small lenses. And talking of small lenses, the topic of today's video is small lenses. So I was talking to this with my patrons. We did a Patreon meetup in London a few days ago. See my Instax related video on that if you want to see some behind the scenes action. What I was talking to my patrons, or some of my patrons, about is have Leica lost their way? I maybe titled the video something like that, because in the past they used to make small cameras and small lenses, and now if you think about it, the lenses have just got bigger, bigger, bigger. Even if you think of lenses, say, from exactly the same model, so let's say, I don't know, Leica Summicron 35mm f2. The early versions are smaller, and then over time the lenses got bigger, generally speaking. So the question is, why is this and what's going wrong? As I understand it, Leica used to want to make small compact cameras so people could carry a Leica camera around. And now I think the ethos for Leica is, let's make the best possible optics regardless of the size. So if you're familiar with the Leica SL series cameras, size is no longer a limiting factor. So most lenses tend to be roughly this big or much larger. This is slightly different when Leica are making lenses for the M system, because it's still got to fit into the M bayonet and you don't need any autofocus motors, things like that. But if you look at some of the high-end super fast Leica lenses, they're also getting huge. Again, the biggest lens I've got to hand is this 90mm f2 pre-spherical, and just look at the size difference. What are you going to carry in your pocket, this or this? Yes, they're different focal lengths, and yes, they're different apertures, but you can see where I'm going with this. Leica seem to have gone purely down the let's make lenses as sharp as possible route, and I think at some point that's going to backfire, because as we all know, as the sensors get more and more high resolution, this is an M10, but if you think of the M11, which is 60 megapixel, if you think of the SL3, that's 60 megapixel, like a Q3, 60 megapixel. So it gets to the point where it's like, Leica, we don't really need any more sharpness. So now instead of trying to compete purely on the best optics, maybe you could go back to your roots and start competing on making high quality compact lenses which people will actually enjoy using, whether it's on a vintage Leica 3 camera or on their Leica M camera, for example. To try to understand how far Leica is off the radar when it comes to small lenses, let's have a look. These are all small compact lenses, some of my smallest lenses for Leica. Of these, which of these are currently in production? So this is not in production, and this is not in production. Okay, so all of these lenses are current production lenses. How many of these small compact lenses are made by Leica? Any guesses? 0. The smallest lenses made by Leica are vintage lenses such as the 5cm 3.5 collapsible Elmar, no longer in production, and the Leica Summeron 35 3.5 screw mount, again no longer in production. They did also make the Leica Summeron 28 5.6, and that is a copy made by TT Artisan. That's an idea of how small lenses can be, and that lens is still in production. Let's now look at the manufacturers which are making small compact lenses. So of these lenses, which brands seem to be ticking the boxes in 2024? We have got, in no particular order, the kind of oldest yet still in production compact M lens is the Voigtlander Coloscope 35mm 2.5, and that was the smallest Voigtlander lens for quite a long time, until Voigtlander brought out their 40mm Helia 2.8. Another lens also small by Voigtlander is their newish Coloscope 28 2.8 that was released in 2023. This again is the screw mount version. This is the screw mount version. You can get these in M mount version as well. Well done Voigtlander, massive tick in the box for building things that people that enjoy small lenses want to use, and the optics are amazing. This is literally the lens that's fixed to my 1931 Leica because it's just so flipping sharp and small and lightweight. Okay, next we have, who should we do next? TT Artisan. And of all the TT Artisan lenses, I feel my favourite lens is the 28mm 5.6 copy of the Leica Summeron 28 5.6. This feels exactly like a Leica lens. Definitely worth having if you love 28mm and you want a walk around lens. Who's next? Light Lens Lab actually do a lens smaller than both of these, and it is the collapsible 35mm f/8 element lens that I used to own. I can link that video at the end. That lens is almost as small as this when collapsed, but I missed the focus tab, and for various reasons I swapped it, and I've now got the 35mm 8 element rigid version in M mount. I will do a video on this. This lens is excellent, and it's kind of my most used 35mm lens currently. And if you want a small 50mm lens, you've got the Light Lens Lab 50mm f2 Elcan. Again, amazing super small 50mm lens. At the time it was the smallest 50mm lens for like a M mount. So now we have a new kid on the block. This lens is brand new and it's crazy lightweight. It feels, if you've ever played with former Soviet Union lenses, some of those lenses were made of like aircraft aluminium. This feels exactly like that. Yeah, it's the lightest lens of all the lenses on the table. So this lens is the final production version. This is the Typoc Eureka 50mm f2 M mount collapsible lens. This is a stunning lens, and I will do a full video on it. I just need to put it through its paces, but this may become my new 50mm lightweight setup instead of the Elcan to use on, say, my Leica M3. I love the lightweight, so this may be the new lens to look out for on the Leica camp, Leica market. So Voigtlander, TT Artisan, Light Lens Lab, Typoc, all of these manufacturers are realising what customers want. We want good optics in small packages for Leica M cameras. And even if you use, say, non-Leica cameras, let's say you're a Fuji shooter. If you enjoy using a small camera, such as me with my, where is it, CL, we're also going to enjoy small lenses. And for that reason, I think all of these companies are completely on the money for making the lenses that we need for these cameras. And this is where I'm coming back to Leica. I think we've already got plenty of sharp, expensive, high-end lenses. I think what would be really popular is revisiting some of your old lenses and making small lenses like you used to make. One lens that I did miss that some of you may have spotted, Leica do make a current production small lens, and that is the 35mm 1.4 steel rim lens. I forgot about that one. Leica, yeah, I think there's opportunities if you want to make something smaller, I think is the point I'm trying to get across. I have done videos on all of these lenses except the new Eureka lens, video to come on that, so feel free to subscribe if you're looking out for a review on that. If you enjoyed this video, please smash the like button, and as always, a huge thanks to my amazing patrons.